Hi, good evening everyone. This is a logo or the symbol of Tableau. Today I am going to teach about Tableau. Before going to discuss about Tableau, we want to know some basic information. From there, you'll get a clear idea of what is the need of learning Tableau and what is the importance of Tableau. Okay? So, before going to discuss about Tableau, I'll give some basic information. Okay? See, this is the data, this is the image or visualization. From this, you can understand, okay, the data is there in text format is called as data. And the data here, the data is there in text format? No, the data is there in the form of image, okay, or visualization. That means it is there in pictorial form. So now I'll give the basic difference between both the data and the image or visualization. We all see from schools, from colleges, in Excel sheets. We see all Excel sheets. So in Excel sheet, we'll written in the form of text format. Okay, the data is there in the form of text format. That means that is also information. But here, the data is there in text format. So what we will get the data from the data? We will get the information from the data. But here, the data is there in text format, that is called as data. And if you see right side one, which is there in image, see what is this? The student's data. For example, if you consider how many classes he was attended for a month, the James was attended 29 classes, Mary was attended for 28 classes, and William was attended 19 classes. But if you see the data which is there in text format, you can get the idea that okay, the values is very near. You'll get that idea. But if you go for the visualization, directly you can understand that the James was attended for 29 classes and the Henry was attended for 8 classes. So that means instead of seeing the data, if you see the visualization, what happens? What happens? So we can understand it very clearly within a fraction of seconds. That means instead of data, if you go for the visualization or in image form, we can understand the data in a very easy way. See, in real time we have thousands of data. If you want to understand the data for thousands of data, so it takes more time. But if you go for the visualization, we can understand the data in a very easy way. That's why these tools, so Tableau is a tool. That's why these tools are developed in order to build the visualizations. So nowadays we have seen that visualization has become very popular instead of data. That means what happens? See, here what happened to human being or the person, he was seeing the visualizations through his eye contact. So when he was seeing the visualizations through his eye contact, he can understand the visualizations in a very easy way. That means he can understand within a fraction of seconds through his eye contact, and he can understand the data in a very easy way. So that much importance of the visualization. So nowadays everyone are using the visualizations. So we get a clear idea of how much importance of the visualization. Okay, and if we see another example, so this is a supermarket, right? So everyone will go to supermarket and there will buy products, right? So what happens here? The supermarket, the business people will run. So what happened? The manager of the supermarket daily he'll bring all the products and he'll keep in a supermarket. So after keeping the products in supermarket, what happens daily? The customers will go to supermarket and there they will buy groceries according to their requirements. Okay. So after buying their products according to their requirements of customers, what happens finally? They'll go to the service people in supermarket. So what the service people will do? They'll take the data from the customers. So what happens? So how many products he took, how many products, how much cost it takes. That means finally the service people will give bill to the customer. So when they are giving the bill to the customer, they will take the data from the people. What is the data means? Information. What is that information? Simply they are taking the data or how many products he was sold, he took. That is the data. So finally he will take the data from the customers and he'll give the bill to the customers. So from there, the service people having the data. So with that data, they will analyze their business. Okay, how many products is sold? How many products we have to keep again in supermarket? That means they are understanding their business through their data, right? So finally, what happens for the customer, for the business people? They want to improve their business. If they want to improve their business, they have to analyze their data. So after analyzing data, they'll take some decisions, and there from there they'll develop their business. Okay, that is the importance of data. And finally, what happens? So what was the data they have taken from the customers? They'll give the data to the BI companies. The BI companies will build the visualizations. So after building the visualizations, those visualizations will go to the business people. From there, they'll see their visualizations or images. So from there, they'll get the clear idea of their business. That is the importance of visualization. So this is one example how the data was taken from the customers. Okay, that is. Finally, we got the clear idea. So what is the need of learning Tableau, right? That means Tableau is tool in order to build the visualizations, and these tools was used in BI companies. It helps in simplifying raw data into the very easily understandable format. That means whatever raw data they are having, they are converting raw data into the very easily understandable format. That means they are converting the data into visualizations. And finally, we see the Tableau was designed by Tableau software company. Okay, when they have designed this Tableau tool, they kept in mind that okay, so not only the developers, even the end clients should understand this Tableau tool. So that's why they have built the Tableau in a very friendly manner. That means even the non-educated people or the end clients also can understand the Tableau tool and they can work on Tableau tool, right? So we'll get found out that so what is the need of end clients should work on Tableau, right? So what is the need of that means when we are sending the visualizations to the end clients, so sometimes they want to filter their data. For example, we are having 12 months, but if you want the data only from September month, so they want to filter the data September month by sales. So if they want to filter the data at that moment, the end clients will understand. Okay, and finally, the word tableau is derived from French word, which means the picture. Okay, so did you got what is tableau? Tableau is a tool which was used in BI companies, and finally, they will convert the raw data into very easy understandable format. And finally, with the help of this tool, even a non-technical user can understand the visualizations to make a decisions. And the word tableau is derived from French word, which means picture. See, what is data visualization? For analysis of data to make better predictions within a short span of time by using the visualization. So, after seeing the data, they'll make better predictions within a short span of time by using the visualization. That much importance of the visualization. Okay, and see what is the power of data visualization. For example, you see these all values are very near one by one. So these all values we can see the y-axis. What happens? We can see The values are very near one by one. So from there, we are unable to get a clear idea of that. Okay, which one is bigger, which one is smaller. But if you go for the visualization, if you go for the visualization, you'll get the clear idea of how much importance of the visualization. See, from this you can understand clearly. Okay, this is a basic reference line, and from here you will get the clear idea of how many values are falling above the value and how many values are falling below the value. Okay, so from this you can understand. That means finally what I want to say is that instead of seeing the data, if you go for the visualization, we can understand the we can understand the data in a very easy way. That is the importance of the visualization. And next, we see advantages of Tableau. What are the advantages of Tableau? The first one is data visualization. The next one is we can create interactive data visualizations. And third one, we can implement the visualizations in a very easy way in Tableau. And also, we can handle large amounts of data. Through this Tableau tool, we can handle the large amounts of data. And fifth one is mobile support and responsive dashboard. So, what is mobile support? The mobile support is nothing but, for example, the BI companies will build the visualizations and they will send their visualizations to the end clients, right? But the business people always not there in home, right? So sometimes they'll be outside. But if they want to see their visualizations at that moment, what happens? They can they can see their visualizations through their mobile also. And this is also one option is that means through mobile also they can see their visualizations.